I want to go through with you today the 10 steps for success, okay? So how we go about putting all that we're kind of learning and that, putting it all together and that. And this is how we're actually going to start off. The very first at the bottom, the first thing you need is kind of a hunger for what it is that you actually really want to do and that. Because without that, you got to be hungry, because if you know, without that, there's actually the rest of the steps really are not going to happen. So you need that hunger. You need to be able to say, okay, right, do you know something? You know, this is what I really, you know, I want something. And then, you know, primarily what we're dealing with here, we're dealing with weight loss and that. So this is what we're talking about here. So that's our first step of the ladder, so to speak. So get hungry about it, okay? The next step, what we're talking about is about accepting responsibility for your life. And this is a real biggie, and this is something that a lot of people can very easily kind of confuse, or they try to, you know, push it to the back. But take responsibility for your life, for where you are right now in your life, and saying, do you know something? This is where I am completely responsible for my life. That's it. And taking that responsibility releases an awful lot of the kind of burden from you and that. And it's saying, okay, because once you accept responsibility for your life and for your actions, what this does is you say, if you're going to make changes in your life, you're responsible for that. It's not about any other, you know, attribute at all or anything else that happens. It's about you. It's about accepting responsibility for your life. It's about being assertive for your life. It's about saying, okay, right, I am here in my life. And people often say, you know, you're one of those kind of, you know, positive thinking guys and all that. And I say, no, what I try to do is be realistic. Be absolutely realistic with yourself for where you are right now. If you have to lose weight, you have to lose weight. If you need to, you know, regardless of what your goal is, this is what we're actually going to go about. But accepting responsibility is absolutely paramount for what it is you want. The next step, and that we spoke about, is about achieving, you know, whatever it is you want to do, is about achieving, you know, finding out the knowledge, the mechanics of how you go about. You know, if you want to drive a car, you need to be able to find out how to go about driving a car. If you need to, you know, regardless of what it is you want to do, you need to get that knowledge and get expert knowledge on whatever avenue it is that you're actually going for. The next step that we're talking about is clarity. Clarity of your vision, of being able to say, well, look, this is what I really want, and being absolutely clear and precise about one image, not, you know, a number of images, about one image, and say, do you know something? This is what I really, really want to do with my life. This is what I'm going to do in my life, and that's that. And I'm going to, you know, really focus on one image. Don't let it be, don't become distracted by it. Don't allow, you know, a number of different images, or maybe this or maybe that. No, just focus on one image which really ignites that kind of passion with you in that. Our next step is to find out a role model, of finding out a role model of, you know, somebody who has achieved what it is you want to do, somebody who's hopefully an expert in that chosen path, who's able to help you, somebody that you can, you know, you read about them on the internet, you can find out what it is they do in that, and you can find out, you know, well, they have done it, what have they done that you can, you know, replicate, so to speak, you know, certain elements of, you know, what actually really works and what doesn't work. And getting a role model is very important to kind of help you along. The next step is about taking action. Okay? And there is no getting away from that, because like all of these parts can be absolutely great and hunky-dory, but you know, without action, you know, there's just nothing going to happen. So, I mean, you've got to be prepared to take action. You've got to be prepared to go out there, you know, and take, you know, steps to go about making it happen. Because, you know, without taking action, there's absolutely nothing is going to change. And you know that yourself, because regardless of what, you've got to go about getting up and, you know, start taking steps to make it happen. The next step is about belief. And we spoke about that in one of the earlier videos, about the importance of, for you, of having this kind of a belief, well, is this going to happen or is it not? Because it's paramount to your success. If you believe it is going to happen, or if you believe it's not going to happen, regardless of what, this is very, very important, okay? Because we spoke about the self-image and the importance of the self-image in that. And this is, you know, very, very important to work out what is actually really going on there, okay? Our next step is work, okay? And there is no getting away from this at all. It's about, you know, really working to make it happen. And if you've ever seen some of the top athletes in that, when you see them training and that, and you can see the tears in their eyes, you can see how hard they work. It's the very same for you. You will get out of something exactly what you put into it, okay? There's no kind of, there's no easy way, and don't even be thinking about an easy way or how do I make it easier or how or whatever. No, this is about finding, you know, a truthful way and just being truthful to yourself and just honoring yourself and saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to have to work on it. Okay? And the next stage, it's about finding a coach. It's about finding somebody that can, you know, help you along the journey, so to speak. And it's about somebody who you can trust. It's about somebody who you're able to, who really knows their subject, and it's about somebody who understands you, understands your complexities, understands what's going on in your life, to understand where you are in your life, and to go about helping you and coaching you step by step to say, to do this, to do that, when you're feeling a bit low, when you're feeling high, whatever it is, just to do that. And our last stage is visualize. Visualize is one of the most powerful techniques for going about bringing what it is that you want in your life, bringing it into your reality. And we're going to be talking much more about that later on. So this is the kind of, you know, the ladder, so to speak, for success. So we're talking about hunger. We're talking about accepting responsibility. We're talking about knowledge. We're talking about clarity. We're talking about a role model. We're talking about action. We're talking about belief. We're talking about work. We're talking about a coach. We're talking about visualize. Because these are the things that are really going to go about bringing the results that you want into your life. This is about really changing your life. This is about getting focus on your life. And this is about going about making what it is you really want to happen. Okay? Thanks very much for watching.